think it's actually important that resolution was developed by farmers because it's so easy for anyone to just come and pick up.
Hi, my name's Tim McRae.
Yeah, I'm Tessa Miller.
I'm Mike Henderson.
Our Catchment Edendale Aquifer Group, it's about 24,000 hectares. Predominantly dairying. We put a project forward to Thriving Southland to really ramp up some of the stuff we're doing, and with Tessa's help we have got a reasonable sized project underway at the moment. So the water just seeps out of this terrace that just starts at the bottom end of our property and runs for 42 kilometres. We've been measuring the water quality coming out. So what we're wanting to do is, obviously one of the ways of helping reduce nitrate is holding time or retention time for the water. So we're just going to dam this up and lift the level by probably 750 mils to a metre to hopefully make it more effective at removing nitrates. One of the reasons we incorporated resolution into our catchment group was having that ability to easily locate data and not have it lost in a spider web of emails in the background. Like when we'd had emails come through from, say, Land and Water Science or John Scandrett with Wetland Designs, we could just save that out and put it in there, and then it was easy enough to find that tag and find that information at a later date. Also the mapping was really good, because while we've got the boundary in there on resolution, the main thing was with this water quality sampling that we're doing once a month and people bringing water quality samples along to us, we were able to GPS those exact locations on there as a point, and then always reference those water quality test results back to that point.
I think it's actually important that resolution was developed by farmers because it's so easy for anyone to just come and pick up.
It hasn't taken much training to get them up and running. Like Tessa's just come on board and started using it, and she's been very efficient at giving tasks on it to the rest of us to use and make sure they get done. So it's created probably a lot more accountability than what we would have had otherwise. I guess that's like one big advantage of having that restricted tag, isn't it? That if there's information there that other people don't need to see, because our catchment group's so big, then we can just really narrow that down as to who can actually see that information. Because privacy, when we're collecting 50 water samples a month, is obviously pretty key to those people, and a bit of that's about them trusting us to do the right thing with that information. So we can say, look, this is what we started with, and it was literally just a duck pond, and with a couple of modifications, and before we dam it up, we'll better get some photos and then lift the pond up so that if somebody else wants to replicate this, we can say, well, look, here's some photos of what we started with.
It's really valuable having this information and saying if we're going to invest in that on our property, yes, we know it works and we know the costing of it, and it's not a big thing. Most guys have got a pond that they can tweak a little bit and add some value to what's going out into the Matera, essentially.
We can use that information going forward as well, and it's so easy to share with other catchment groups as well who are doing similar things.
Yeah, I would 100% recommend it to other farmers. Yeah, it doesn't matter, I think, what type of farming you're doing. It's got its place, and it's, as Tessa alluded to earlier, it's developed by farmers, for farmers. The support team's really good. Talk to them in dairy language and they understand it, and they get what I'm trying to do or want to do. So yeah, 100% I'd recommend it. Yeah.
Absolutely recommend resolution from both the farming point of view and from a catchment group point of view. It is just a diary in our pocket. I can send out tasks to the catchment group. I can, in the same wavelength, actually just see what's going on the farm. It's just all there as one. Just a really enjoyable product to use.
I find you'll be sitting at, probably more so over the summer, you'll be sitting at a barbecue and you'll start talking farming, and then somebody will be like, oh, what were the weights of those cattle, or like, when did you say you beat? And you pull your phone out and you start looking through it. They're like, oh, what's that? And then next thing you feel like you're giving them a sales spiel on resolution. Then you've got to get back to, yeah. And then I need to give round your text and be like, hey, if a sky rings through that's resolution, is there any commission to come our way? But it's, yeah, literally, as I said before, it's just a diary in your pocket that is easy to find information, and yeah, the longer you use it, the more powerful it'll get.
Resolution.
We're on it.
Thank you.